Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Going the Distance. This is episode 59. Can you believe we've done 59 episodes? I can't, but I want to welcome the new members who are just joining me for the first time, and I want to welcome back the members who have been joining me from the beginning. Y'all's support is greatly appreciated. So before we get started, I want you guys to hit the thumbs up and like this video. I want you guys to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We post once a week. So let's jump into it. What do we have this week? We've got the Bears hiring their new head coach. We've got a new coach on the Cowboys radar. We have the national championship score. We have division round NFL scores. We have championship weekend predictions for the NFL. And we have the What We're Listening To segment. So let's get into it. So first off, I want to talk about the Bears hiring their new head coach. And who was that, you might ask? None other than Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. Now, I see him being a good coach. He was a great coordinator, did great things for Detroit, and actually said last year that he was going to opt out of being a head coach last year because he was a favorite for the Redskins job. Well, he turned that job down, and that job went to Dan Quinn. So I kind of think he had some regret there because he sees how good the Redskins are doing. But when you think about it, would the Redskins be doing this good under Ben Johnson as they're doing under Dan Quinn? Because they're doing fantastic under Dan Quinn. So, would Jalen Daniels be as good as he's doing? I don't know. Will Caleb Williams this next season, will he improve under Ben Johnson? Now, granted, this is going to be Ben's first season, but we'll see how it goes. But I don't want it to turn into another Josh McDaniels situation where he goes out and he coaches a team and it doesn't work out and he thinks he can come back. Because Josh went out actually twice. He was the head coach of the Raiders and he was the head coach of the Broncos. And both times he tried to come back to New England, and it happened once. It didn't happen twice. So, Ben, if this doesn't work out, I don't know if Dan Campbell will let you come back to Detroit. But on that note, Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator for Detroit, has his second interview with the New York Jets this week. And it's an in-person interview. So not only is Detroit going to lose their offensive coordinator, they're going to lose their defensive coordinator, more than likely. Because Aaron Glenn says he wants a head coaching job. So, this is going to be a whole new Detroit team next year with their coordinators. Their game plan is going to look a little different than it has these past several years. And I hope they can keep up with keep improving as they have every year. So, we'll keep an eye on Detroit, we'll keep an eye on the Bears, and we'll keep an eye wherever Aaron Glenn ends up to see how he does. So, good luck to you guys. And now we're going to move on to the Dallas Cowboys news. And I said there was a new coach rumored for the Cowboys, and that's Brian Shotinhimer. Now, Brian was with the Cowboys years ago. And then he bounced around as a coordinator, was never a head coach in the NFL or college, just bounced around in the NFL. And when his time in the NFL was done, he moved to the college ranks and he bounced around in college. Well, now he's back in the NFL and Jerry Jones is looking at him to be the head coach, actually, for the Cowboys. Is that a good idea? I don't think so. But we'll see who the Cowboys get. I don't think it'll be Schottenheimer. I don't even think it'll be Deion Sanders. It'll be somebody nobody doesn't even think about. That's not even on somebody's radar. So I'll keep you guys updated on the Cowboys news when they get a new head coach. Believe me, when I find out, you guys will find out. So now we're going to move into the national championship game last night. And that was between Ohio State and Notre Dame. Ohio State defeated Notre Dame 34-23 last night. And Ohio State looked good. They came to play. They came to win. They meant to win last night. Notre Dame, on the other hand, to me, it didn't even look like they deserved to be there. They scored like 14 points, I think. Maybe it might have even been 7 points in the first half of the game. Those other points didn't come until the second half, and those points happened because the refs were slighting the game, and they were giving them yardage that, in my opinion, was uncalled for. But, it is what it is. But Ohio State won in the end, and the score is 34-23 Ohio State. So congratulations, Ohio State. Congratulations, Big Ten. I will be looking at for when you guys have the parade next year, or in a few days. I'll be looking at that and, celebrating along with you guys. I actually wanted Ohio State to win last night, and they did. And it's just amazing how they came out as a team and played. And how Notre Dame just fizzled, just didn't play good as a team much at all. But now let's move into the NFL scores and the NFL division round scores. So to start out the weekend, we had games on Saturday and we had games on Sunday. So the first game on Saturday was the Kansas City Chiefs at playing against the Houston Texans in Kansas City. And as everybody knows, I see this as the refs against the Texans. Because we all know that the refs help the Chiefs more than they hurt the Chiefs. And they call plays against the other team, whoever it is, to help the Chiefs look good. But in the end, the Chiefs defeated the Texans 23-14 to advance to the NFC Championship game. Or the AFC Championship game. I'm sorry. Is anybody surprised? I mean, they're trying to make the Chiefs look like the Patriots of old, and that's not going to happen. In fact, I don't even see the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl next year. I see them losing next week, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. But moving on, the night game on Saturday, we had the Redskins defeat the Lions 45-31. I was shocked with that. I was shocked that the Lions didn't play better. Because halfway through the season, if you've been keeping up, for the viewers that have been watching from the beginning, halfway through the season, I picked the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. And then for Jared Goff to throw 3 interceptions, not just throw 3 interceptions, it might have even been more, but to throw the interceptions that he did, the way he did it, overthrowing, underthrow, he lost his confidence. And that's not what you need. And he had, you could chalk it up to an off day. But the division round is not the time to have an off day. The championship game is not the day to have an off day. The Super Bowl is not a day to have an off day. I think that's probably one reason Ben Johnson hightailed it to Chicago this year. Because he didn't want the same outcome with Jared Goff next year if they make it as far as they did. And I believe they will, because I believe Dan Campbell has that program going. Now, do they need a change at quarterback? Yeah, more than likely. And we saw that in the game for one play on Saturday night. When Teddy Bridgewater came in, when Jared Goff went into the medical tent to be evaluated for a concussion. Dude was playing awful. That was probably one reason he went into the tent. But, put Bridgewater in. Let this be an open competition. It's, Jared can't play like this and then, expect to just walk into the starting quarterback next year. This was an important game, and, it was ultimately him that cost him the game. So the Redskins move on, the Lions go home, and, the bye week hurt them. So Redskins defeat Lions 45-31. Redskins and Jalen Daniels move on to the championship game, and I'm happy for the Redskins, Dan Campbell, and Jalen Daniels. But I honestly thought this was the Lions' year, but we'll see this week how everything plans out. Moving on, the first game on Sunday, we had the Eagles and the Rams in Philadelphia. The Eagles defeated the Rams 28-22. Now, to me, I wasn't able to watch the game because any of the games because I was at work. I saw the part of the Detroit game, and I saw all of the Sunday night game. But those during the day games I missed. From what I could see, the Rams, it was back and forth all game. And then the Eagles in the fourth quarter just go. They don't, it's not one of these, we're going to, it's not going to be back and forth anymore. We're going to start doing big plays. We're going to start throwing bombs. We're going to start running 60 yards down the field. And we're going to win this game. And so the Eagles defeated the Rams 28-22. And after the game, Matthew Stafford said he is contemplating retirement. So, honestly, I think it's time for him to retire. He's been in the league long enough. He's got a Super Bowl ring. His wife has been sick or was sick. She's better now, but I feel like, he still needs to be around more to help her if she needs help. So, we'll see if Matthew Stafford plays another year or two or retires. I think he's like 35, 36 years old. So, it's time for him to retire. And then, in my opinion, the game of the week this week was the Ravens going to the Buffalo Bills. And in the end, the Bills defeated the Ravens 27-25. So that means it sets up Josh Allen versus Patrick Kermit the Frog Mahomes again. So, and the way the Bills have been playing, the Bills can beat them. But we'll get into the predictions later. This was a hard-fought game. I'm thrilled the Bills pulled it out. I love Josh Allen. The Bills are fantastic. But had it not been for Mark Andrews dropping a 2-point conversion at the end of the game, we'd be talking about the Ravens defeating the Bills. And we would be talking about both of my Super Bowl predicting teams out of the playoffs this year. Instead, we're talking about one's out, one's in. I picked Detroit and Buffalo. Detroit got eliminated. The Redskins played the Eagles on Sunday, and the Bills beat the Ravens and played the Chiefs on Sunday. Now, in my opinion, everybody was talking about the Bills and the Ravens, this being the game of the MVPs because Josh Allen's been fantastic. He's gotten like 45, 46 touchdowns and a low interception rating. And Lamar is it's Lamar. He's good, and he's up for MVP every year. He's won 2, I'm pretty sure. This would be his 3rd if he won. This would be Josh's 1st if he wins MVP. In my opinion, Josh Allen is MVP. In everything he's done this season, he's in the right headspace. The team is where they need to be. They're a Super Bowl built team this year. They have been in the past, but I don't think their minds have been in it. Their mind is in it this year. Their mind says, we're going to the championship game, we're going, and we have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, but we have to get by the Chiefs in Kansas City for that. And can we do it? Yes, we can do it. We've beat Mahomes in the past, and yes, it's been in the regular season, but this year's a little different because everybody's head's right there. But in the end, the Bills defeat the Ravens 27-25 to move on to the championship game. And I know y'all, I got a little ahead of myself and started talking about everybody in the championship game. So let's move to the championship game and talk about it, why don't we? As I said earlier, the Commanders traveled to the Eagles because the Commanders beat Detroit and the Eagles beat the Rams. So in this game, I'm actually picking the Commanders to win because Jalen Daniels can run. Terry McLaurin is amazing. Zach Ertz is getting on track. There's just so many factors that factor into the Redskins winning. And let's just talk about Jalen Daniels. Jalen Daniels is a rookie, but he looks like he's been playing in the league for 4 or 5 years. He's doing Hail Marys and he's throwing, running the ball better than some of these veterans out here. So, I picked the Commanders, the Redskins or the Commanders to win over the Eagles and advance to the Super Bowl. And the next game, Commanders-Eagles game is at 3 o'clock on Fox. And then at 6:30 on CBS and Paramount Plus, we have, in my opinion, the game of the week. The Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. Sorry, I was going to say something else there. I'm picking the Bills. No hesitation. I'm picking the Bills. I think, like I said earlier, the Bills are a Super Bowl winning team this year. Their head is in the right spot. Josh is, in the right spot. And Josh needs that Super Bowl ring. Mahomes has too. And this is going to be where Kansas City loses. They are 15-2. And let me just say, let's just talk about this for a minute. Kansas City's first loss. Who was it against? That's right. It was against the Buffalo Bills, but they were in Buffalo that time. They're playing in Kansas City. I've seen Buffalo do it before. I've seen Buffalo beat Kansas City in Kansas City before with Kermit the Frog at quarterback. Sorry, Patrick Mahomes. So I picked Buffalo. So my Super Bowl prediction now are the Redskins versus the Bills. And next week, when it's all said and done, and the championship the Super Bowl teams have been decided, I'm going to give you guys my pick. But as of right now, the matchup I want to see, and I believe the matchup you guys want to see, is the Commanders and the Bills in the Super Bowl. That's it. Now let's hope we're right, and I want to hear you guys' reaction. What do you guys think of? What did you guys think of the division round? What do you guys think of the final 4 teams in the championship game? And who are y'all's predictions moving on to the Super Bowl? Like I said, I've got Commanders, Bills. Who do y'all have? Let's do this. Let's comment and see if we match up. Let's do it, y'all. This is exciting. This is what we've been waiting for. Championship weekend, and then we got Super Bowl. So let's go. So that was all for football. So let's move into the what we're listening to segment and who we're listening to. And who are we listening to this week? We're listening to Jason Aldean. He's a country rock star from Macon, Georgia. He started his career in 1998, but didn't make it big until about 2003, 2004. And I found out about him in 2005 with his My Kind of Party album. He had a self-titled debut album. So I've been following him from his first single. And I've liked him ever since. In fact, he's my second favorite country artist besides Blake Shelton. It goes Blake and then Jason. Jason's had 11 studio albums. He's had 41 singles. He's had 26 number ones, 37 music videos, no greatest hits, one live album, which is great. It's actually a live DVD that he did at the University of Georgia, which was fantastic. He's from Georgia. He's a Bulldogs fan. I'm a Bulldogs fan. He did it in the Bulldogs Stadium. It was fantastic. And that was for his Night Train album. His newest album is Highway Desperado. And that album actually came out a couple years ago. In fact, before that album came out, he had some controversy with one of the songs called Try That in a Small Town, which I think is a fantastic song, but some people got up in arms about the music video. So, I looked past all that. I listened to the song. The music video, in my opinion, was fine. But, I listen to the music. I don't listen to everything in the background. I don't listen to the haters. Jason's one of my favorites, and I'm going to support him, and I'm going to stand by him through almost everything. Now, he has had a few things that I don't agree with, but we won't go into that. But as a rule, Jason's great. So what songs are we listening to this week? And I'm changing it from song to songs because I'm going to try to do more than one song. Listen to Try That in a Small Town and My Kind of Party. And My Kind of Party is actually the song and the album that I grew to know Jason on. So, listen to the whole Highway Desperado album. Listen to the whole My Kind of Party album. And just tell me which one you like better. In fact, if you're a Jason Aldean fan out there, comment and let me know what your favorite song is. Let me know what your favorite album is. And, we'll compare here. But that's about all I've got for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. As always, remember to like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And on that note, thank you guys for going the distance. We will be back next week with a brand new episode. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and God bless.